सबको नमस्कार। मैं हूं डॉक्टर महेश, जॉइंट कमिश्नर एंड डायरेक्टर ऑफ सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस फॉर एनिमल हस्बेंड्री बेंगलुरु। ये स्पेशल एपिसोड है। आप सोचते होंगे कि क्या नया चेयर दिख रहा है, नया एनवायरनमेंट दिख रहा है। हमने चूज किया है टू शिफ्ट इनटू अ न्यू वेरी गुड green campus of our own sister concern organization from ICR. So I want to create more curiosity for you. Why are we here? So you must have seen, India is having a great livestock population, almost like, totally equivalent to a human population. But how are we managing our diseases? How are we really surveillance बोलते हैं ना हम लोग, when we talk about human also surveillance बोलते हैं. So how these concepts of surveillance, action prediction, forecasting, is it happening in animals? So that must be the question for the audience and the veterinarians. So right at this juncture, we are in the Institute of ICAR-NIVEDI, National Institute of Veterinary Epidemiology and Disease Investigation, a premier institution of the country. And it is headed by our good friend, Sir Dr. B.R. Gulati, sir. So now we will be delving more in this episode of 32 episode of CEAH, more into the understanding of Nivedi, what are the functionalities, how the leadership of Gulati sir is taking it. So I want to welcome Dr. B.R. Gulati sir on behalf of CEAH and on behalf of ICR Nivedi, who is heading it, sir. Sir, welcome for the show, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Mahesh, and giving the chance to interact with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So let me begin with your dynamic leadership. Under this, transformational journey has happened from Nivedi. So what is your background, sir? How did you start the journey, your career, and up to this helm of affairs?
Well, I began my journey into veterinary sciences 4 decades earlier in 1984. Graduated, did master's and PhD from Haryana Agricultural University Veterinary College, and subsequently I also served as assistant professor and associate professor in the same college for about 10 years.
Sir.
And during that time, I also was trained into international laboratories. I have been doing postdoctoral associate from USA, University of Minnesota. And during my journey at that time, I have been primarily teaching in veterinary microbiology, but I also have been involved in research on livestock diseases, especially development of diagnostics and vaccines. In 2003, I moved on to ICR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, in one institute called National Research Center on Equines at Hisar, where I was primarily involved in development of diagnostics and vaccines for equine diseases, and also doing the lot of epidemiological investigation, surveillance and monitoring of infectious diseases of horses in the country. And during that time, I developed many vaccines like equine herpes vaccine for horses that prevents abortion in horses. And also I developed a vaccine for equine influenza, and also developed a vaccine for, contributed in development of vaccine for Japanese encephalitis in horses and pigs. And also we have been involved in developing so many diagnostics for Indian-made diagnostics for equine diseases during that time. And while working at NRC Equine, we experienced the pandemic of COVID-19 way back in 2021. And my lab was the first lab in the country in veterinary sector that started human samples testing for COVID-19. During that process, we were also involved in development of vaccine for COVID-19 for animals and wild animals. And that was one good contribution from my lab, that COVID-19 or the human diseases we started working on in collaboration with ICMR, health departments and other agencies involved in human diseases. And since then, we have been involved in working on one health aspect on animal and zoonotics for human diseases. And subsequently, 2022, I moved on to ICR Nivedi. I joined here as the director of this institute.
Many congratulations, sir. Your journey is an illustration of great achievements. So now let me share the audience the commonality with me and you, sir. I also did a virology and bacteriology, and these ADMAs, where Rajshekhar sir was the founder, I involved in a short period of 9 months. Now I would like to understand for the audience, how did this ADMAS and the journey of ADMAS to Nivedi, which is a world-renowned organization today?
Well, the Nivedi that we call is today, its journey began in 1987. It was a research project of the ICR. We call it All India Coordinated Research Project on Surveillance and Monitoring of Livestock Diseases. And during that time, India was experiencing the epidemic of rinderpest in the country. And this place contributed significantly in managing the rinderpest and subsequently eradicating rinderpest from the country. And based on our achievement in 2000, this research project was converted into a project directorate, a small institute of ICR for working on surveillance and monitoring of livestock diseases, which was headed by our founder director, Dr. M. Rajashekhar. And we continued significant contribution in rinderpest eradication, and in 2002 this institute was recognized for that. And then subsequently our role expanded to surveillance and monitoring of livestock diseases throughout the country. And 2013, based on that role and contribution, this was converted into a full-blown ICR institute, what is now called as National Institute of Veterinary Epidemiology and Disease Informatics.
Okay, so just for the understanding of common people, sir, can you define about epidemiology and disease investigation? What the words meaning for the people? Because National Institute of Veterinary Epidemiology and Disease Investigation.
Epidemiology, or what we call in Hindi as Mahamari. So we deal with the outbreaks, pandemics, or Mahamari.
Okay.
In
the livestock.
In the livestock. We are not dealing with the individual cases. When there is sick patient, it goes to veterinary hospital. When it is an outbreak, the institute like Nivedi plays a significant role. So as an institute, Nivedi is working on epidemiology of livestock diseases. We also work on informatics and economics of the livestock diseases.
Very good.
When I say epidemiology, that means we study the trend and distribution of infectious diseases in the livestock population across the entire country. It is not that we are focused in one state, but we are working on the entire country. We are operating in more than 770 districts of the country, and we are monitoring the trends and distribution, how the diseases are coming, where from they are going, and then also we are trying to tell where they are going to move next. So this is the kind of epidemiological studies we do. And when we say we do the informatics mean we collect the data of the livestock diseases from the entire country, starting from each village, each block, each district, and to the entire states of the country, and the data of infectious diseases, what are the outbreaks occurring, what are the cases occurring, that information is collected. When we have this data, when we analyze this data and combine it with the data of meteorological information, the climate information, GIS information, we get a lot of useful information.
It will be comprehensive data.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that information helps us in predicting the trends of the diseases. So we can even do the forecasting. Now you know the IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, is doing the weather forecasting.
Similar to that.
Similarly, Nivedi is doing the livestock disease forecasting.
Great.
We tell something like 2 months in advance which district is going to experience lumpy skin disease, or which district, which block is going to experience foot and mouth disease. Now, for example, we are into November. We have predicted the livestock diseases trends for the month of January 2026.
Very good.
So this is the kind of
in advance you'll be predicting.
So not only that we predict it, we then communicate these risks to all the stakeholders. So it goes to the veterinarians working in different districts. It goes to the state animal husbandry departments. It goes to the center DHD, and it even also goes to the farmers, livestock owners, directly to them. Okay. So that communication helps them to take necessary steps to prevent those risks. So this is the kind of the work we are doing in terms of epidemiology.
Sir.
And when I say economics of the livestock diseases,
that's very important.
that is again important area. So we estimate the burden of different livestock diseases, because when we are going to take steps to control and prevent and eradicate the livestock diseases, it is very much important how much disease is costing to the country. So when we tell this to the policymakers, it is much easier for them to make investment decisions for the control and eradication of the disease.
Yeah, policy making will become easier.
Yeah.
So let us move on, sir. Now you narrated the mandates, you narrated how Nivedi is working in simpler terms. What are the principal 4 or 5 diseases you cover in surveillance, disease control, and then forecasting?
Yes. So Nivedi has done a prioritization of diseases. Prioritization in terms of what economic losses they are causing, what is the impact on the food chain, the production of the livestock, productivity, reproduction. So based on that assessment, Nivedi is aligning with the priorities of the DHD also. So our priority diseases for different livestock species are like that. For example, for cattle or the bovine, we are working on diseases like foot and mouth disease. We are working on brucellosis. We are now working on lumpy skin disease. And we are also working on HS, anthrax. These are the primary priority livestock diseases for the cattle. Similarly, for sheep and goat, the most important disease is PPR. So we are working on PPR. Similarly, for pigs, the important diseases include nowadays African swine fever or the classical swine fever.
Yes, sir.
They cause significant mortality, morbidity. So we are working on those priority diseases.
Fantastic, sir. So then very important thing is, today we are in a science of data handling. So much of data it comes, you need statistical modeling. And how do you really forecast? Can you tell about more about this? How is your institution is working on informatics, managing such a great data, crystallizing into a trend? Please narrate on that, sir.
Yes. So as I said, since the beginning, we are collecting the livestock infectious disease data from entire country. Every month we get the reports from all the states, from all the districts. That data is available there. We had data more than 20 years for about 47 livestock diseases. That is a big data. Every month we are getting a lot of information. Then also we have developed the collaboration with the Indian Meteorological Department. So we have the fine scale data of the weather parameters, each district, each block, each village. We combine these two. And then we also have the data of the livestock population. We know in each village how many cattle are there, how many sheep and goat are there, how many pigs are there. So we know the population density, we know the weather climate factors, and we also have the data of all the other risk factors for those priority diseases. Then we combined all these, use the tools, because this is a big data we cannot handle manually. So we combine the tool of artificial intelligence.
Okay, sir.
We use the tools of machine learning. We do lot of disease modeling.
Okay.
For each diseases, say for example, if I am analyzing the data for the month of November now, for each diseases we will be running our servers for about 72 hours continuously, processing the data to make the data analytics and predict the forecast for each disease for next 2 months. So it is a lot of data analytics, lot of models run into it. We are now running across 20 disease models for each disease.
The models for the common citizen is how the disease trend is there. From the prior information, you're constructing a concept. So that is what
it is a kind of model is a kind of process where we convert biological information into a data and then do the analysis to predict the trend
of the disease.
Fantastic.
Sir. So just to understand, because our veterinarians in the field are more than 40,000-50,000 are watching this, let us say, the episode. How a veterinarian should report a disease? Well, let us come to, let's say this is the village Bata, where in Hesargata, if we find someone disease, what is the mechanism of disease reporting from that one cow which, let's say, he observes an F&M, how it reaches to you? Can you just take the journey from an hospital of veterinary hospital Bata in Hesargata village? Can you narrate for the common understanding?
Yes, when a disease case comes, our veterinarians or the frontline workers, they are first encounter that disease. For instance, for example, lumpy skin disease that was reported in way back in 2019 in Mayurbhanj district of Orissa. So the veterinarians first they report. If they timely report, immediate action can be taken.
Whom they report?
Saying
Immediately whom they report?
they report to the state animal husbandry,
Okay.
and then state animal husbandry reports to either DHD, Government of India, or to NIVEDI.
NIVEDI, okay.
Or rather, they report to both places. The same information comes to NIVEDI, same information goes to DHD. So based on that report, the action is planned.
Okay.
So see, if it is timely reported, disease can be contained at a small location, small block or small district. But if it is delayed, then it will be spreading to other places.
Okay.
Like we experienced in 2019 when Lamneskin disease case. By the time it was reported there, confirmed the disease has spread eastward towards Assam, and this disease has spread westward towards Madhya Pradesh and the rest of the India. So it is primary responsibility and bigger duty of the field veterinarians that timely they report. Unless they report, we cannot take it.
What is the role of NDLM here, sir? National Digital.
So far, kind of reporting is occurring is monthly basis.
Okay.
So at the end of every month, the veterinarians they report to their deputy director what were the cases, what were the outbreaks. Then deputy director report to the state animal husbandry department, and then they report to the central agencies like NIVEDI. Now NDLM is making a structure, the cloud computing based structure, wherein this reporting system will not be required. Okay. What they are doing is they are making app, they are making portals. They have already made that is called Bharat Pashudhan app, wherein when a veterinarian is treating the animal, rather than reporting, rather than writing the paper physical OPD slip, he will be just entering the information. This animal has lumps on the skin, or he has vesicles on the mouth, and that's it. And what treatment he's going, he's just going to record there. I'm giving paracetamol, or I'm giving this medicine, that medicine. He's just entering in that app. And that is immediately captured and reported to every sector involved, whether it is State Animal Husbandry Directorate, or whether it is DHD head office, or whether it is NIVEDI. And based on that, we can immediately do the real-time analytics, and immediately we can create a
response team.
Rapid response teams can be deputed. So this is a game changer. The NDLM, what is initiative they have taken, the DHD, NIVEDI is working hand in hand with them, and it is going to be a game changer. We will be real-time reporting and real-time analytics and real-time action.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Even NADRES will be onboarded to that. So
yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
And NADRES, as you said, what in NADRES is our portal, the NIVEDI's portal, where we are predicting the risk of the diseases, the district level, and anyone can log in the NADRES portal and see what is the risk of the disease in their respective districts. And they can start taking action. Not only that, NIVEDI is also sending now the SMS alerts to the district level veterinarians.
Push SMS, yeah.
Already this service we started last year, 2024, this October. And now we are already working in 18 states. The field veterinarian at district level are getting the SMS alerts. We are enrolling more and more states so that the entire country's veterinarians are in our database, and they are regularly getting the SMS alerts of the disease risk. Not only that, we have already started working with the livestock owners directly.
Fantastic. Okay.
For the state of Karnataka, all the animal owners, the farmers who are having sheep or goat or the cattle with them, in the state of Karnataka, they are also getting the SMS alert about the risk of the disease in their vernacular local language. We tell them there is a risk of this disease in your animal, so contact your field veterinarian immediately. So this is also going to be game changer, and we want it to be implemented to the entire country.
It's a great news, sir, because digital India, we know only UPI and toll and others. Now, for the audience, they'll be surprised that such a digital revolution has happened in animal husbandry sector. Sir, moving on, sir, NIVEDI is well recognized by DHD and international organizations like OVA, FAO. I know that you are running an international collaborations. Can you narrate more on that, sir?
So NIVEDI is foremost and important collaborator is the Department of Animal Husbandry, Dairying, Government of India.
Sir.
Who is the country's main principal owners of the India's livestock and providing health care. So that is our main collaborators. Government of India is running livestock disease control programs, wherein universal vaccination for foot and mouth disease, universal vaccination for brucellosis, then classical swine fever, and PPR is being done. Free of cost, Government of India is providing vaccination. And Nivedi is collaborating with DHD in monitoring the impact of these vaccination programs in the entire country. So what we do with in this collaboration, we make the surveillance plans, sampling plans. We collect the samples from the entire country before vaccination and after vaccination, and then we compare what was the status of immunity, herd immunity before vaccination and after vaccination, and then tell that the herd immunity is developing well or not, and which are the states which are performing better, and which are the states which need to put more efforts. So we communicate these inputs to the DHD as well as to the state governments that vaccination program is going in line or some more efforts are to be needed. And in this way, we are targeting with DHD to eradicate PPR from the country by 2030.
Fantastic.
Similarly, to control foot and mouth disease and brucellosis in the country by 2030. And also, we are trying to collaborate with DHD in this aspect for controlling more diseases, like we are working on controlling lumpy skin disease, we are working on controlling bovine TB in the cattle.
Yes, sir.
So these are some of the areas we are collaborating with DHD.
Sir, you mentioned herd immunity. For the audience, just to relate it, what is the level of herd immunity you expect when you say that disease free status? मतलब herd is protected. कब बताएंगे sir?
So to eradicate the disease, there is a progressive control pathway.
Okay.
First, this disease is endemic in the country. We have to slowly bring its incidence down by continuous vaccination.
Right.
And when we do the vaccination, and then cases and outbreaks keep on coming down, and the herd immunity keeps on developing. So when it is population herd immunity is more than 80%, we say vaccination program is working very successfully. Some of the states, especially like Karnataka and South Indian states, they are doing excellent work in terms of foot and mouth disease. Their herd immunity is more than 80%.
Fantastic.
So once we have attained herd immunity to that level, and when the incidence has come down, now we can say that that we can create disease-free zones.
Okay.
So we are working
for the 9 states.
Yeah, 9 states we are trying to work that we create disease-free zones. So then we have to monitor the cases, outbreaks regularly, virus circulation there regularly. When we are certified that there is no virus, then we can stop the vaccination program. Without vaccination, we have to ascertain the population is disease-free so that we can attain the status of disease-free eradication status from the international agency.
For the common audience, it is something like pulse polio. It is same analogy. Because.
So our vaccination campaigns, it is like pulse polio campaigns, yes, where there used to be vaccination. Similarly, we are doing every year 2 rounds of foot and mouth disease vaccination. Similarly, we are doing 1 round of annual round of PPR vaccination. Similarly, we are going for brucellosis vaccination and classical vaccination for the entire population in the same mode as we were doing for the pulse vaccination in the children below 5 years.
Very good, sir. So, can you narrate more on now CEAH and FAO collaboration?
So, in addition to DHD collaboration, we have a collaboration with entire countries, state animal husbandry departments, where when we exchange the information. Then we also have collaboration with international agencies. Like we are working with World Bank in controlling, eradicating the livestock diseases. CEAH is one of our good partners. CEAH has identified some of the Nivedi's laboratories as CEAH reference laboratories.
World Organizations for
Animal Health. CEAH is World Organization for Animal Health. Previously, we used to call it OIE. Now it's called World Organization of Animal Health. It is parallel to WHO, the World Human Health Organization.
Right.
So CEAH has recognized Nivedi as a partner, and we have 2 reference laboratory for CEAH. One is for PPR, another is for leptospirosis. This year we are trying to apply for more CEAH reference laboratories. We are working on brucellosis reference status. We are working on lumpy skin disease reference laboratory status, and so on. Similarly, we are collaborating with FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization. So FAO is running several programs on livestock diseases. AMR is one area, antimicrobial resistance. We are working with FAO on AMR resistance, antimicrobial resistance in livestock. FAO is also interested to train field veterinarians in epidemiological investigation, outbreak investigation. So we are working in a program called ISAVET, in-service veterinary epidemiology trainings for the field veterinarians. So that is another agencies. Then we are also working with other international agencies, like we have working with Gates Foundation for controlling and managing bovine tuberculosis.
Bill and Gates Foundation. Yeah.
Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation funding we have for bovine tuberculosis. Then also we are working on disease modeling project. Because this is one area which is newly emerging area. So Gates Foundation is giving us a lot of funding in epidemiology and modeling of livestock diseases. So managing and controlling the disease through disease modeling is another area we are working with them. Then we are also working with various other international agencies on zoonotic diseases. We are working on anthrax with funding from Defense Threat Reduction Agency of USA. Okay. Then we are working with the CEAH of UK for controlling zoonotic diseases like CCHF and AFD. So there are different
many organizations.
There are different international collaborations we are working on.
So before I move on to the core of your organization, I was just thinking, because I more protagonist of poultry sector. How are the poultry diseases factored in NIVEDI, sir? Or any other organization is factoring it?
So for poultry infectious diseases, ICAR has another institute called NISAID, National Institute of High Security Animal Diseases, where a lot of work is going on bird flu or the avian influenza. Then we have another institute called CARI, Central Avian Research Institute, that also work on infectious diseases. Then we have Directorate of Poultry Research that is also supporting. But NIVEDI also works in epidemiological investigation of some of the poultry diseases, like we have interest in bird flu. So we are monitoring how bird flu is, waves of bird flu is coming in the country, where from they are coming, how they are coming. We are collaborating with different agencies like NISAID and other within country to monitor the bird flu also.
Very good, sir. Now, under your leadership, it's a very, very dynamic team. Can you tell about your team, sir, manpower, and how is your team contributing? What are the units and etc.?
Given the mandate of NIVEDI, we are 22 scientists, and total we have about 50 permanent positions. But we are supported with a team of about 200 researchers in terms of research fellows, research associates. They are supporting our different research investigation across the country. And this is the team of 200 people, researchers. They are employed by NIVEDI. So in addition, we have a team of about 25 students, postgraduate students. They are admitted by IVRI or different institutes, different universities. They are working in NIVEDI. They are doing research on livestock epidemiology, disease informatics, modeling, and economic assessment. So this is the team. We have about 250 researchers working along with the research scholars and scientists. They are working on different aspects of this team.
So indirectly, it is like an educational institution also, contributing for MVSCs and PhDs. That's what you mentioned.
So what we have done during last 2 years, we have collaborated with IVR, Indian Veterinary Research University, that is a deemed university, and they have established one academic hub at Bengaluru. And in NIVEDI is part of that academic hub, wherein we are involved in teaching and research for postgraduate student, masters and PhD. Admitted by IVRI. We do teaching here. Also, we do the research activity for them in the field of veterinary microbiology, veterinary epidemiology, and disease modeling. So this is one aspect. And then also through Gates Foundation funding, we have now started program which we call as fellowship program, or master's fellowship, PhD fellowship, and also postdoctoral fellowship, wherein we will be selecting the fellows from the entire country who are interested to work in epidemiology of livestock diseases and disease modeling for the livestock diseases, and we'll be giving them handsome amount of fellowship so that they can pursue their interest in these areas.
So now you created interest among the audience, sir. I was, thrilled to mention that, Bangalore is known for garden city, and your campus is so green. And can you narrate about your campus? What is the size? How to reach? Because people will be watching how to apply or how to move to the campus. And so beautiful. Everybody appreciates in ICR that this is number one in the team of animal science division. Can you narrate about the campus? How people can approach and reach to this campus?
So Nivedi is located, as you said, in Bangalore. It is in the Yelahanka area, the area called Ramagondahanahali, and its access can be through Google search. It can be easily assessed. It is about 22 acres of campus, wherein we have state-of-the-art infrastructure in terms of we have BSL 2 plus laboratory facilities. We have disease informatics lab, the data analytics lab, and also we have good guest house facility, the training capacities. This is the kind of infrastructure we have here. And in this campus, as you said, it is very green. So we have more than 10,000 trees within this 22 acres. And this campus has been declared the cleanest campus by the ICR Swachhta week. Nivedi has been declared twice the cleanest institute of the ICR.
Many congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir.
Very nice, sir. Now, let me move on, sir. Now, Secretary sir recently visited and you created one call center. So, can you brief about that call center and what is the purpose of extension activity, how people can reach out to that call center number?
So, as I said, we are communicating to the livestock owners as well as the field veterinarians. So, what we felt initially, it was a kind of one-way communication. We were sending the SMS, but field veterinarians or the livestock owners are not able to communicate directly. So now we had to make a toll-free call center.
Okay, sir.
Which is available 24/7. Any farmers or any veterinarians at field level, whenever they have any information or any
Fire related,
any questions about the livestock infectious disease, they can call our call center. We provide immediately feedback to them. If we are not able to assess immediately, we give them response within 24 hours. So this is the one call center that was inaugurated by Secretary Animal Husbandry during his visit last month in this new year.
So let me move on, sir. Now, how are we engaged on a regular basis with state government and government of India? So what is the frequency and how do you really network on a day-to-day basis or a weekly basis or a monthly basis?
So what Nivedi has done is that we have made a collaborative activity, which we call as National Animal Disease Epidemiology Network. So in this network, NADN, we call it briefly, there are 35 collaborators. All the state animal husbandry departments are our collaborators. In addition, some of the state veterinary universities are our collaborators. And then some of the laboratories like regional disease diagnostic laboratories or the research institutes, they are our partners. So in this partnership, what we are doing, we are meeting regularly, and more importantly, on monthly basis, we are exchanging the information about the disease trends, disease data. What are the disease trends? What are the where it is occurring? How did it occur? How many animals are affected? That kind of information exchange is happening. Then also through this collaboration, we are monitoring the impact of the control programs, like I said, vaccination control programs. So we are giving them the sampling plan, surveillance plan. They're implementing, they're getting the samples, they're collecting the data, they're sharing it with Nivedi, and we are doing the testing of those samples. Every year we are testing more than 300,000, 3 lakh samples of the livestock diseases, and we are providing them the reports, and then also we are providing them the analyzed information so that they can implement what are the control measures, what are the biosecurity measures which have to be implemented at their farm level, at their district level, at their state level. So this is the kind of collaboration happening.
It's almost like a seamless continuum you're maintaining. So now moving on, you're known for, even as India now is using the word was Startup India. So you have a startup cell here. I would say that incubator cell. Can you narrate on this Navik concept where people are really
So Nivedi is incubator center, what we call as Navik. is one of the good initiatives that Nivedi has taken since 2019. It is funded by the Raftar and the ICR. And what is it meant for is meant that whenever there is some business idea in the terms of animal infectious diseases or livestock production productivity, but they are not able to implement that. So we provide them the platform where we take their ideas, we mentor them, and then we provide them the training, we provide them the connectivity with the funding agencies so that they start their, they incubate their ideas, make them into a technology, and then they become a successful entrepreneur. So this Nivedi is doing since 2019, and every year we are providing support to them, more than 2 crores of rupees of support.
Okay.
And more importantly, we are conducting trainings for them. Every time 300 to 400 participants are trained twice a year in these programs, and then some of them they are funded also by Nivedi, or then they are incubated and they become successful business entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Some of the drugs, some of the vaccines, some of the diagnostics, and some of the products in animal husbandry. They are now into commercial venture. They're making crores of rupees of income through our training, through our mentorship.
How they should approach you, sir, for this Navik concept? Same email ID, or how do they?
It is
apply?
same email ID, and also we advertise through media, through different platforms, social media, and then they contact to our the CEO for the Navik,
Navik.
and they are we call for these applications are invited every year, twice a year, and people apply. We have a lot of response. We have to shortlist the candidates out of thousands of applications we get. Then we shortlist for providing training and mentorship.
So we are almost coming to the end. Just for the audience and the veterinarians to understand, ICR Animal Science Division, how are the division functioning? What are they? How many institutions are there? How are you networking with them? So can you narrate on that, sir?
So ICR has about 19 to 20 institutes, and they are catering to the different aspects of animal productivity, animal health, animal production. For instance, we have 2 deemed universities, and IVRI and NDRI. Then we have specific institute. We have institute for cattle. We have institute for buffaloes. We have institute for sheep. We have institute for goat. We have institute for poultry. They are catering the different aspects of these species. And then we also have dedicated institute for livestock health, like Nivedi is one of them. NISAD is one for dealing with exotic and emerging diseases. Then also we have a National Research Center of Equines dealing with horse disease specifically. And then Nivedi is collaborating with all these institutes in terms of epidemiology and disease transmission, disease trend, disease distribution. For instance, for bird flu, we collaborate with NISAD. For foot and mouth disease, we collaborate with National Institute of Foot and Mouth Disease. Similarly, we collaborate with IVRI. For example, we are working on PPR control. IVRI is making vaccines. IVRI is making diagnostic. We are procuring that supplying that, and they are supplying diagnostic to the entire country, including Nivedi. And this way, we are collecting the entire country's samples, testing for PPR. So this way, we are collaborating with all the ICR in a seamless way. In terms of diseases, infectious diseases, of course, Nivedi and IVRI take lead and work on different aspects. They work on vaccines, they work on diagnostic, we work on epidemiology and surveillance and more.
It's a comprehensive, robust network of ICR institutions, sir. Coming into the last one, what are the accolades and awards? Many must be there. Can you want to mention a few of them and Nivedi has achieved so far?
So Nivedi, as I said, since beginning has been decorated for its contributions, especially when it was the rinderpest eradication. Nivedi was recognized by OIE or WOHA and given the best institutional awards, and then subsequently FA also gave the gold award for rinderpest eradication. And this journey is going on. Recently, 2025, we got the e-governance award from the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, which carried a cash award of 10 lakh rupees and also the gold medal for our contribution in disease informatics and disease forecasting. And in between also different funding, different agencies, international agencies are recognizing Nivedi. WOHA, as I said, has recognized Nivedi and given 2 reference laboratories. FAO is now recognizing us. FAO Reference Center for PPR, leptospirosis, AMR is being recognized. And ICR also recognizes Nivedi in terms that Nivedi is one of the smallest best institute award is given to Nivedi. And also we got the best first prize for the cleanest institute of the ICR.
So many. Okay.
Yeah, there are so many.
Yeah.
And then ICMR is collaborating with Nivedi in different aspects of zoonotic diseases. DHD is again our partner and recognizing us. We are the national reference laboratory for DHD also for many livestock diseases.
Many congratulations. It is countless. Great achievement by the entire Nivedi family, sir. And thank you so much for taking a comprehensive tour of the whole mandate. What is that people thought that, diseases, the great sector, now 20 lakh crore sector, it is only strong because of such great contribution from protection, prevention, and then action which you are showing it. Now, finally, sir, what is the future plans? And then what is the message for the audience you want to give for the veterinarians who are watching or a common citizen who is watching? Because we are the custodians of the disease control programs in the country. You can narrate, sir.
So our future priority will be prediction of livestock diseases before they occur. This is one area because reactionary response is not going to do. We react when there is outbreak, but we should be prepared to predict the livestock diseases, whether it is transboundary animal disease or whether it is endemic disease spreading into new territory. So in that predictive analytics, Nivedi will be working to great extent so that we control the diseases with minimum resources, with minimum inputs, predict the disease and control it, rather than taking the reactionary response when there is outbreak and spending a lot of resources in controlling and eradicating the disease. So this is one area we are working in. Another important area is we have to outreach to each and every veterinarian in the country.
Yeah.
We have to be outreach to each and every livestock owners.
Okay.
So this connectivity we are building so that whenever there is risk of the disease, immediately there is connectivity with the stakeholder, the livestock owner, the veterinarian, so that immediately it is prevented. As you said, Modi ji's dream is to double farmers' income.
Yes,
and livestock sector is contributing significantly, almost 30% of the agricultural gross value addition.
Yeah.
So livestock sector is also growing at the rate of 6 to 7%.
Sir.
So they have great role in increasing the productivity.
Sir.
So managing the diseases, preventing the diseases, we want to increase the productivity of the livestock. With that, we want to be connected with each and every stakeholders, starting from the livestock owners to the veterinarians to the state animal husbandry department to the DHD government of India and also the international agencies like WOHA.
Yeah.
So seamless information flow about the diseases, Nivedi wants to play a connecting role in that.
Very nice, sir. One thing I just want to mention, because animal diseases are not in isolation. As you know that the One Health concept has come into picture. You just attended yesterday the great conference of One Health, which is on the, at the highest leadership, they're driving it. Can you narrate on this One Health concept for the audience, sir?
See, diseases do not differentiate boundaries. They do not respect boundaries. Now we have experiences, diseases coming from different countries. We had the experience of African swine fever came in, lumpy skin disease came in. Similarly, COVID-19 was the one eye-opener example. So diseases are moving across the boundaries. Not only the boundaries, they are moving across the species. They are jumping from wildlife to animals, animals to human, and the vice versa. So we cannot work in isolation. The animal husbandry or veterinarians working only for veterinary concerns and the human doctor working only for the human diseases, human concern is not going to help. So we have to work across the sectors. So veterinarians, the healthcare providers and the environment, the wildlife people, they should be working together to control the diseases. Unless we work together, we cannot eliminate the diseases, we cannot prevent the diseases, we cannot eradicate the diseases. So this is where is the One Health concept. To work together to manage the risk both for the livestock, both for the environment, and also for the human health. So this is where the role of One Health is important. So again, Government of India, the Prime Minister's initiative, the PSA, Prime Minister's Scientific Advisors Initiative, that National One Health Mission, which was assembly was there the day before, and it was attended connecting all the 14 different departments of the Government of India, starting from health department, the veterinary department, the meteorological department, and disaster management, ISRO, and all the
total collective effort now.
So collectively, we are preparing to fight the risk of the diseases, that it is zoonotic diseases. So this is what is the One Health, and this is going to be a game changer for managing the infectious disease, both in livestock, both in the human health sector as well. So in the end, I would like to give message for my brothers, field veterinarians, that whenever you experience any disease, unusual observations, immediately report, because reporting is the first step in controlling the disease. So my appeal to you all is that whenever there is unusual observation, immediately report. Delay on your part is going to hurt to the livestock sector. So kindly report timely. Based on your report, the disease prevention, disease control depends.
Thank you so much, sir. You nicely narrated. I saw in your multi-dimension of a teacher, dynamic leader, and then comprehensive way of putting things. So nice of you. Wishing you many more accolades for the institution and your team, sir.
Namaskar. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, audience. फिर मिलेंगे. जैसे आपने देखा, we have seen, we have seen such a beautiful narration of the system of ICAR-NIVEDI, and then how things are in greater health for all the people in the country, both in terms of One Health and animal health. Thank you very much, sir. Namaskar. फिर मिलेंगे. Thank you so much.
Namaskar.